Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I'm making us some lunch and I'm bringing you along with me again. Pop's outside doing some weed eating. We finally got a break with the rain for just a little bit, although we are supposed to have some more storms this afternoon. And looking out the window here, see, this is why I love my window. I can see out and see everything. But I'm seeing some dark clouds forming. But I want to get some lunch made, and he wanted to get some weed eating done. So if you hear a little noise, it's going to be him. But let's get started. Okay, so we don't need the lid right now. So I am going to now this suggests using like a medium to low heat. And y'all know my stove gets really hot. So I'm using the Jambalaya recipe in my Volume 1 cookbook, and it's on page 92. So there's you a good shot of it. I will link the recipe in the description box below this video, but that's what we're using today. And y'all, I admit I have not made this in a while, so I'm going to have to refer to the recipe a little bit. But I know I need some olive oil, and I need about a tablespoon of olive oil. We're just guessing here, y'all. It's not going to be accurate, but it don't matter. Get it in there. So I've got to have some butter. Y'all know there's going to be butter involved. And about a tablespoon, and this is just a little more than a tablespoon. It's not going to hurt anything at all. We'll set this out of our way. And we're going to let that be melting. And while we do that, we're going to chop up an onion. And y'all, we'll chop up some celery too. I had to asked my neighbor if I could borrow some celery. I was out of celery. And y'all, I've been keeping it in my freezer, cut up and in the freezer. Y'all know I like to do that. And I was out. So, but he obliged, but he'll get some jambalaya, so he don't care. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this in here. I'm going to get this onion cut up, and then we're going to go on to the celery. Okay, so that's the onion. Now, let's chop up some celery. And I'm going to put a little bit of bell pepper. And it calls for 1 bell pepper chopped. I don't think I've got, or I'm going to put that much. I've probably got the equivalent, but I've got red and yellow and green bell pepper. This is some that I have frozen in my freezer. Well, y'all, I think I will put the rest of it. They wasn't much. And I've got to get some more bell peppers to put in here to replace this. But I love having it in the freezer. And those of y'all that do, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, this recipe does not call for it. But I'm going to put in some garlic. But I want to stir this around and let it cook a little bit. So y'all give me just a minute. Let me get these onions and peppers sauteed down a little bit, and I'm looking at my camera. You can see in that pot, and y'all going to see this deliciousness develop as we go. Okay, I turned that light on up there. I think it helps you see it a little better. These are starting to get a little soft, the onions and peppers, but I'm going to go ahead and put in my sausage. I want to give it a chance to maybe get a little bit of color on it. So let me get this cooked up a little bit and see if we can get a little color on that sausage. Now, I'm not using chicken, y'all. Normally, and my recipe calls for chicken, and I'm not a fan of it in there. But I hope you'll give it a try, like I wrote the recipe. But I'm just using sausage and shrimp. So y'all give me a minute and let me get this sausage cooked down a little bit, and I'll be back with you, okay? I'm ready to put in my garlic. I've got this sausage cooked. It's got a little color on it. And I'm going to put in some garlic. You know, I wait, and I'm sure you know this, I wait to the end to put in the garlic and saute it around because I don't want it to burn. And, you know, garlic burns easy. And I don't want it to burn. You can't save it. If your garlic burns, you have to start over. Next, we're going to add some flour. I've got 3 tablespoons of flour. And I want to stir this around a minute. Stir it around a minute or so you can get rid of that raw flour taste. And y'all, these handles do get hot. I've got a holder to go over it when I get ready to move it. If y'all could smell it, it smells good already. The onions and that garlic. Oh my goodness. So we've got that going. Now, yeah, I'm having to refer to my recipe. So we've got that done, and I'm ready to stir in some tomatoes. Now, all that good browning that's on the bottom of this pan is going to come up when we start adding these liquids. That's going to come up. So we've got the tomatoes. Then I'm going to add some seasonings. I've got, let's don't do the Worcestershire sauce yet. I've got poultry seasoning, chili powder, cumin, and red pepper, ground red pepper. You can use cayenne pepper. I'm going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon of this red pepper. You know I don't do a lot of heat real good. And I want a teaspoon of poultry. Now this is just, I don't know. A teaspoon of chili powder. I can't describe it, y'all. It's just amazing. I'm going to have to ask my friend Jason, Chef Jason. Y'all go check out his channel, Lunch at Uncle Jason's. And I forget when you add tomatoes, does that make it Creole? I think. I may be wrong. Yeah, so don't quote me. And I want just a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Don't hurt if a little extra drops in, does it? Okay, so I think we're good there. And tomatoes, we've got our chicken broth to put in, but I want to stir these seasonings around first. You know, kind of wake them up. Because they've sit in these jars and, whoops, get back on there. Sit in these jars and go to sleep. I want them awake. Can y'all see how good that's looking so far? Okay, so now we need chicken broth. I have a 32-ounce carton of chicken broth. It's not no salt-free, but we do want to put a little, we'll check it at the end. I want to put some black pepper in it. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt. That was probably close to 1/2 a teaspoon. I'm knocking everything over here, y'all. Y'all see, I'm not used to working on this end of the kitchen. This counter's not very big. Okay, so now let's put in some broth. My recipe calls for 3 cups, but we're gonna, let's see what 3 cups looks like. We're just gonna eyeball. That'll be the most of this anyway. I like my jambalaya to have the sauce in it when I put it over rice. I don't cook my rice in with my jambalaya like a lot of people do. In fact, Brandon said, try it, Mama. But I'm just kind of stuck in my old ways, and this is how I like to cook it. And then I use my ice cream scoop, and I scoop out a pretty scoop of rice, and pour this over, and it's so good. And I can feel those bits coming up from the bottom, and that's just going to make it all the better. I'm going to get the lid on this, and I'm going to let it start simmering. It don't simmer long. I tell you in my cookbook to simmer at about, just bringing it to a boil. We don't let it simmer about 10 minutes. Actually, I'm going to fry some green tomatoes. So we're going to let it simmer while we fry the green tomatoes. Y'all don't go anywhere because I'll be right back and you can help me fry them, okay? Okay, y'all, let's fry some green tomatoes. Me and Pop picked some green tomatoes out of our little raised garden bed. Y'all, I didn't plant anything but tomatoes and peppers this year. And I have washed these. They're so pretty. I've got some a lot bigger than this that I wanted to let ripen. And this little bitty one, looky here, this sweet little fella, he fell off of the vine. But all I'm going to do is cut that top off. And I'm going to slice them. Now, I do not want them super thin. I want half inch or so slices if I can. So this one tomato, I'm going to make 3 slices out of it. See how I'm doing it? And it's not even all the way around, but you know what? Don't matter. It's not going to affect the taste of it. We love fried green tomatoes. How do y'all fry y'all's? I just set mine out here and I sprinkle a little buttermilk on them. And then, salt and pepper. And sprinkle a little buttermilk on them. And cornmeal. I use cornmeal. Yeah, I put my tomatoes in here. And then I'm going to salt and pepper them. And that's just going to give them some flavor. Now, if I had thought about it early enough, and I didn't, I would have had these done up and sitting here. And some of that water, the salt draws out the moisture in the tomatoes. So I really should have had them go in first, but I didn't. But you know what? It's going to be okay. It does not matter. Our main goal is let's just get it in the frying pan. There we go. Oh, that looks good. Let's set that right here, and I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of buttermilk over them. And that's going to make my cornmeal stick. It don't take much. Now see how I'm doing, and I'm going to come back with my hand and I'm going to rub it on there. Use the opposite hand, right? Now, we've got that done. So let me go give my hands a rinse and put this buttermilk up, and then we can get back to working on these tomatoes and getting them cornmeal and put in the frying pan. So y'all stay with me, okay? I've got my tomatoes here, salt, pepper, buttermilk. I've got my cornmeal in my pan. I got about a half cup of cornmeal. If I need more, I can get it, but I think it's to be good. I just put a little pinch of cornmeal in the skillet because I wanted to make sure it was hot enough, and it is. And y'all know what I didn't get was something to put these cooked tomatoes on. Give me a second. I need a spatula as well. Okay, now maybe we can get it. Okay, so see how I'm coating this tomato? Looky there. And I don't want to lose a lot of that breading, so I'm not going to shake it off. I'm just going to sit it gently in there. And don't mess with it. Once you put it down, don't mess with it. Y'all seen me fried green tomatoes before. Many of you have. I just thought, I was thinking, what can I make to go with jambalaya? Normally, we just have jambalaya. You know, it's got the rice. To me, that's a full meal. But today I thought, I want some fried green tomatoes to go with this. And you know what I'm thinking? Instead of a spatula, I need my little flipper. I think it's right here in the dishwasher. Y'all see how brown that's coming up? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna let it cook another minute. Then we're gonna get these turned over, and I'm gonna get the rest of these tomatoes in this hot oil. So y'all give me a minute, and I'm gonna show you what they look like when we get done with them, okay? Okay, y'all, I got my green tomatoes fried and up. I'll show you those in just a minute. We're gonna finish putting this together, and then we're gonna put it all together. But it's, I've had to move it back to this size, so I've got it simmering, and I have got right around a pound of shrimp here. They're large shrimp, so I'm going to put these in here. And you know, it does not take long for shrimp to cook. And if you overcook them, they're tough. So basically, when they turn pink and they form a C, they're done. And these are not far from it, 2 to 3 minutes, and that's about it for shrimp. So let me get these cooked, and then I'm going to set you up over here at the bar, and we're going to make a plate and enjoy this delicious meal. So y'all give me a minute, okay? Okay, as promised, I'm back at the bar, and we're going to fix our plate. But I want you to see this beautiful plate of fried green tomatoes. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't wait to dive into it. And look at this jambalaya. Now, I told you I don't mix my rice in with my jambalaya. You can cook it in with it if you want to. I just don't like to. I like the extra juice. And I went ahead during the cooking, before I finished, I went ahead and put the rest of the chicken broth in that carton. It didn't have about maybe a third of a cup in it. So I took a fork and I fluffed up my rice that I cooked. So now let's make our plate, okay? And put that in the sink. And I am going to get a nice big scoop. See, I used my ice cream scoop of maybe and a half in my plate. I can always have more. And I'm going to get a big spoonful. I want the shrimp. I want those peppers and onions and the tomatoes, the shrimp, the sausage. I'll get it out in a minute. And I want some of that juice. And I am going to top it off with some sliced cut up green tomatoes. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now I want some of these fried green tomatoes to go with it also. So I'm going to get me a couple of these. Try to get the ones I took out of the frying pan first so they'll be cool enough to eat. Okay. Let me see if I can move this back gently. All right, what I want to try first, I want to try one of these tomatoes. Y'all, I have been waiting for my tomatoes to come on the vine, and this just worked out perfectly with these falling off or falling to the dirt. So we just picked them, and it's my first ones of the season. Y'all. Now that is heaven. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to send that to my Stephanie. Do y'all remember the fried green tomato? What was it she made? Fried green tomato BLT? Delicious. If I don't forget, I'll link that video. But let's try this jambalaya. I've been wanting this for a while. And I just didn't have time to get in here to make it. That's what I've been craving. I have been craving this flavor. Yeah. I think I could live off of this stuff. What about you? Let's try shrimp. I know they're done. You see how it came together and formed a C? I don't know if you can see it or not. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sit it up here where you can see it. That is perfectly done and very tender. So, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll make this jambalaya and some fried green tomatoes for your family. You can put a lot of this together the night before, and go ahead and saute up your onions and your peppers and your sausage, chicken if you have it. Have it in a container, put it in the refrigerator. When you come in from work or school, throw it in your pot, heat it up with a little bit of butter or oil, and then pour your tomatoes and your chicken broth and let it simmer, and put that shrimp in at the last. It needs 2-3 minutes to cook, and put that in at the last, and you've got a meal ready in no time. This is a very quick meal to make. Now, I let this simmer a little longer while I fried the green tomatoes, but we could have taken this up a lot earlier than I did. Anyway, I hope y'all give it a try. We love it here. And don't forget, y'all, please check out my cookbooks. I've got volume 1 and volume 2. And I appreciate everybody so much. And don't forget, if you've got volume 1, Jambalaya is on page 92. But volume 2, you get to see extended family. There's pictures throughout of our immediate family and our extended family in the back, and we love them so much. But I hope you'll come back and visit with me, because I certainly enjoy having each and every one of you with me. I wish I had a big old tub of jambalaya and I could feed all of you and you come eat with me. Thanks, everybody. Please come back soon. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we put out another video. I'll see you soon.